It is indeed, and I totally agree with you. I think Malagos has built himself a very nice, greedy version of the list with double Unraveler. He's even playing 2 charged Devil Swords for the Beast, so there's even less chance that he runs out of Beasts in his deck to summon with Katharina. And, I mean, when you get a start like this as well, it's just so unlikely your opponent will be able to fight back against this pressure. Because what can Saiyan do? All this removal, it just works out pretty miserably. Scaleworm, okay, it takes out 1/5/5, and then you're still kind of behind on board. Dustbreaker pops the egg, really annoyingly, to give your opponent another 5/5 anyway.
Yeah, this is a really strong start for Malagos. Like, because sometimes you want to save these Death Rattle triggers for a cube in the other matchups, but here, like with the knowledge there's a Psychic Scream around, like having fast pressure with these 5/5 is more than good enough. Now, I guess the real option is now just the flanking strike, the egg, and have the 5/5 and 3/3. Obviously, it's really weak to Duskbreaker because he would kill these 2 3/3s immediately, and then the 5/5 is turning into 5/2. So the board will be basically even. So if Duskbreaker as a card wouldn't be around, I guess this would be the play. But now you would get way too punished. So now your board is actually better against the Duskbreaker, but very, very smart play from Saiyan, because now he's preventing his opponent from having the 5/5. So
this is why we love Saiyan. Like, that wasn't even a fancy play that he found right at the end. He knew that he was doing that right from the start.
Like. Yeah, that's the situation he probably was like million times, because like he's putting so much time into the game. So he knows that probably he don't have to worry about the egg anymore, because it starts being too slow, and there's double Psychic Scream in his hand. So he's rather facing the egg than the 5/5 on the board.
And so now the onus is all very much on Malagos to find a way to turn up the pressure this turn, so that next turn, like you said, he can slam the Nerubian Unraveler to deny the Psychic Scream.
So basically the options are Flanking Strike and Ziliax. So it's very, very, very similar. Like, you either have the 3/2 on a board or 3/3. So what comes more in a place is, do you rather have Ziliax in hand or Flanking Strike? And I guess the answer is you probably slightly prefer to have Ziliax to have at least some source of healing, because as we mentioned, with Alexstrasza, you can put your opponent to 15, and like a double Mind Bolt Fire is exactly 15, so every piece of heal could be very crucial. He went for Shaw because it's challenging the Duskbreaker really nicely, and the next minion will have Rush, so I really like this play.
Yeah, I think it's very well situated on this turn, because Holy Fire doesn't take it out. The Duskbreaker, like you said, trades very nicely, and it just makes Nerubian Unraveler next turn, just like as a rusher, even more annoying.
So yeah, and the Unraveler can come down, and you can leave it as a 5/4 to play around the second Duskbreaker.
Good point.
That's definitely an option. Now with the pickup of Prince, you can also just go Prince and Flanking Strike to clear the board and bait out the Psychic Scream. But as we mentioned, he put the Unraveler. Now the Psychic Scream is too expensive, so it's not coming down the next turn, and he wants to sneak in as much damage as he can. But the Cabal Priest is also very, very viable resource. But now your minions has a rush, so how do you take advantage of that? The Cabal was so good against the bomb of this.
Spider Bomb, really nice play, yeah.
Because it's preventing it from doing everything. So now Cabal is traded away and 8 to face. So.
Still a turn away from Scream, very importantly for Saiyan, which is why I like the development of Malagos. From Malagos of the Nerubian as soon as he possibly could.
And now what? The Holy Fire has to come down. Imagine there would be second Nerubian in his hand like that, and he would never play the Psychic Scream, and the game would be over. So you want to kill the minion, and also like he's really preventing from taking a lot of phase damage. He heals for 5 and remove the 5 power. So we say he would love to sneak in the Alexstrasza at some point, but it seems that he will be under quite tremendous pressure. But on the other hand, this turn is...
It's fairly weak, actually.
It's a little bit weak. Like, you can go Rexar, or you can go Devil Sour and Stalker. Yeah. But you would be really weak against the Psychic Scream. You would deal only 6 damage, and you would spend basically all your resources. So I guess we will see the Rexar here and just discovering the Zombies.
I think that's what I really like about this from Malagos is, from your opponent's potential plays on turn 9, what do they want to do? Like, they want to play Alexstrasza, like you said. you've got a Ziliax in play already to fight back against that really nicely to heal up as quick as possible.
And also you put the 5 armor, which is like at some point you need it because like as you mentioned, the Alexstrasza is putting you at 15, which is quite a magical number. So I guess it's scale height, right? Or the fledgling.
It's never not scale height. You literally forget every single time, especially when you're up against Priest. I think I personally would have preferred the Crackling Razormaw on the first option. I think that's a little bit more powerful.
I think that's what happens, right? He put a Razormaw plus Fledgling, if I'm correct.
Well, no, it was the Fledgling on the first option, and then the Vicious Scale Hide on the second option, I believe. Yeah.
Okay, might be. So now Sen sneaked in the Alex, but you know, he's quite low in terms of life total, and he's not gonna have lethal next turn unless somehow miraculously the Alexstrasza survive. What you can do is that you trade the egg away with, for example, the Shaw, and then play the bomb and trade it with the Ziliax into 5/5, so Alexstrasza dies. And then you have 6 mana to spend, so you can play.
You can play the Zombies as well if you're afraid of dying and you want to heal up. Like you could attack into the egg first with this to save, to get the rush damage and heal up a little bit. Yeah, I think that's what he's going for.
So now he's healing a lot. Yeah, the bomb plus Ziliax is trading there. Pretty convincing way. So he's back at 27, which is a lot. Like it's a very long journey to go, and you know, this might be good enough to kind of bait out the Psychic Scream, or maybe not. But then the Fledgling is extremely scary. So it's not looking that great for Justin. Like 27 is really big amount of life total, and you know the board is not looking great for him either.
He kind of just has to Psychic Scream this, because if he's winning this game, I think he needs to hope that he's getting some damage through to face soon. Like he's not really going to win on value and on board when he's up against a Deathstalker Rexar, and so he needs to pray that he gets Anduin as soon as he humanly can, and then he follows up with all the burst damage afterwards, and there's no heal. But I mean, Malagos has hit Vicious Scale Hide on the first option, Life Drinker into Swamp Leech on the second option to heal right the way back up. Oh, he didn't actually take the Life Drinker.
He takes 0 mana because he just put it on a board. Like,
right.
Like he's putting a lot of pressure, and he's not overextending, and he's healing himself in the process. Like that's exactly what he needs. So he don't need to put like 10 minions on the board. Like this is just enough. Like.
He's healed up for 7 already, just with 2 zombies, and forced a Psychic Scream. The absolute nightmare for Saiyan. And
so what's Saiyan do? Like he plays the Dragon and the Scaleworm, I guess.
Try to wrestle things back as much as possible.
Try to heal himself back, and like now he's not dying to King Crush or anything, and he needs to win the board. Like the spot where Hunter is a little bit weak is to getting back on the board, but. You know, he has kind of initiative. He's always playing first. And, you know, when you can favorably betray yourself, then you're not having any issues, so...
He gets Rhino plus Swamp Leech as the third option for another 4 heal on the following turn. Like, if you wanted heal, this is exactly how you're going to get it.
Yeah, so now... he just dominated the board, so he's baiting out the second Psychic Scream.
I think this is over.
It looks like GG. Like the Psychic Scream is still coming down, but yeah. Like how do you win as a Justin? Like you never gonna win with the burst because your opponent is at 30 and you spent your Alexstrasza already, while you don't seem to be winning resource battle against the Rexar and all Death Rattles, so yeah.
And once this final Psychic Scream goes, then it's just all the notice that Malagos needs in the world to make the biggest beast he can every turn and throw it onto the board.
So now the Rhino is coming down. And
yeah, that's very juicy indeed.
So Hydra could be like representing the lethal if it has charge from the...
Yeah, that's kind of tempting. I wonder if I like the Emerald Hive Queen more just because you could maybe pair it with the Rhino on following turn. But it's close. I think maybe the Bittertide Hydra is running into an unnecessary risk. Like maybe if you pick that and you play it, you start getting... it takes too much damage. I don't even know. Like it's unlikely.
It's an expensive minion. Like you're more looking for cheap ones. But on the other hand, if the Rhino sticks, you win no matter what. So maybe you should be looking for the cheaper minion.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this a lot. I imagine he would have gone for the poisonous stealth option, because that does mean that with the lifesteal and the Rhino Zombeast and the Emerald Hive Queen Zombeast, he can take out a minion straight away if he needs to as well with the charging poison.
Yeah, so now really terrible situation for Justin. Like, and the Mind Blast is really not enough. So
I just don't think there's anything he can find. He's not playing Death in the deck.
yeah, but even Death, like,
I mean, yeah,
we wouldn't put
yeah,
him anyway,
right.
like anywhere. So and it's looking very grim for Justin.
Right on the ropes here, Malagos on the verge of qualifying through to the finals to play against either Purple or Alex, as we will find out in the next game. And poor old Justin has fought an amazing battle to get this far. Just another medal in his incredibly stacked year so far.
Yeah, like obviously Justin is not giving up yet. He will try to find every possibility to somehow miraculously get back in the game. But now with the Rhino in hand, I guess that's gonna be lethal, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the Rhino and the other Zombeast is the 8 damage needed. Over lethal here for Malagos, and we have our first finalist here for the WESG 2018 Grand Final. Saiyan is going to be taking either 3rd or 4th place, which we will find out playing that match later today.
So yeah, the Priest got punished, as we expected.
It really did, yeah.
And like real well preparation for Malagos, like his decks were real well tuned. Like the Unraveler did a really great job this game, because it stopped Psychic Scream for a turn, and then it forced the Holy Fire. So it was kind of moment where he seized the initiative, and then he found